Hey, hello. So, hello. My name is Teresa Micheletti, and this site is called Take What Rings True. So, the whole idea is I'm going to say some spiritual stuff, and you decide whether you believe it or not, because you don't have to believe anything I say. So, today I want to talk about the golden sword. There are many heavenly tools we can use to get through life a bit easier. Let me make sure. Am I on sound? No, I don't think I was on sound. Okay, so to repeat for Facebook, um, rings true. My name is Teresa Micheletti, and today I'm going to talk about the golden sword. Hey, Colleen. The golden sword is a very powerful tool, and it's considered to be the tool of the mother goddess. I believe there's a mother god and a father god, and it's a duality, and they work together. Now, you do not have to be a goddess to use the golden sword. You don't have to be a god to use the golden sword. So, you might think about borrowing the power from a powerful person, maybe an Avenger, a Guardian of the Galaxy, a superhero. I know one of my friends will choose He Man, but think of it empowering you. The golden sword can empower you. So you mentally think of the golden sword and then you use it. And I want to talk about 10 different ways you can use the golden sword. Hi, Debbie. Yay. I can actually see people who are joining. So, the golden sword. So, the mother goddess is considered the protector, and she uses the golden sword to cut through negativity, not to kill people, but to cut through negativity and neutralize the negativity. So, everything is energy, even we are energy. That's hard for me to figure out. It's like I can feel myself. But everything's energy. And we come into life to overcome the negative. So we use the golden sword to help us when we encounter negativity, especially psychic attacks. If you don't know what a psychic attack is, I did a session or a broadcast on psychic attacks. So use the sword to protect yourself from dark entities. At one point, I was teaching elementary school, and my boss was attacking me every morning. He'd come in before class and yell at me and want me to do something that wasn't in the contract. He wanted me to change grade levels and take a class where the year before, one of the children in the class was hurting other people continuously. And he wanted me to take that class again, take those kids again. It's like, no, I'm not going to do that. And he said, in order for me not to do that, then the trade off was I would have to teach a different grade, didn't matter, a different grade, and go to camp for this person. Well, that wasn't part of my job description at that point in time. I didn't want to do that. Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter all the specifics, but I would stand in the playground after encountering him, and I'd walk around in a circle, like holding the golden sword, cutting through the negativity that was around me. So you can cut through negativity with the golden sword. So I just ask for it in my mind, and then I mentally use the golden sword. You can think of the sword at your side, so it's always ready for you. But I like to envision in two other ways. One, swinging the sword by the playground, but also like a cross in front of me. We were told by spirit guides, I've told you before, I went to trance classes and spirit guides would come in and talk to us. So they suggested using the golden sword and thinking it like a cross. So the sword comes down and the hilt goes across your head, and then it goes from the top of your head down to your feet. So it's sort of like is a shield that blunts you from negativity, and it protects your whole body. So that's one good way to use the sword. The golden sword can also be used to touch areas of concern in your body. Maybe your chakras aren't open. Ask for the golden sword to cut through them and cut through any blocks. Maybe you're having stomach problems. So ask for the goddess's golden sword to touch every area that you need to relieve. Think of it like etheric surgery. So you have a problem with your spinal cord, then cut out the part that's not acceptable, that needs repairing, and repair that disc with the golden sword. And when it cuts away the negativity, then you think of that offending part going away and that good tissue replaces it, or good matter replaces it. So think of that golden sword carving out, repairing, and getting rid of the offending part, like an etheric surgery. As an aside, that's one of my spiritual gifts. I can look inside people and move energy and help them feel better. So using the golden sword as a way to make your body feel better. You can also use it mentally. So you're having depression, think of it being cut away. Maybe you have unresolved conflict with your father or your mother or someone. Use the golden sword to cut that concern away and not let it be significant. So, do you ever get angry with your kids or a relative or a loved one? And as soon as you do, it just floods. And you've had that anger before. It's like, okay, you start a fight or someone else starts a fight, and then you respond. And then they respond, and then you respond. And it's this back and forth. And it's like a growing cord that anytime you get angry, that just reinstalls itself. The air can even feel heavy. You dread that feeling, you dread that anger. It's almost like a rope that's formed between you and escalates when any fight starts and goes to an immediate higher level. Use the golden sword to think of cutting that connection, cutting that experience between you and whoever, your kids, your husband, your best friend, your whoever. So you have a fresh start. It's like you cleared the space. So use the golden sword for that. Think of the golden sword cutting meanness away from people or darkness away from them. If a person is gray, a gray entity, meaning they haven't decided whether to accept God's light or not, then it works really well to cut away the darkness. If you're talking about a dark entity, then they may act like a white light for a little while and be kind, and then they'll revert back to their meanness later. But just know for the moment, cut away the darkness. Did you know you can plant golden swords around your home and property with the intent that they protect? Protect your house, protect your home, protect your property. I would mentally put them in the corners of the rooms, the corners of the home or building, the corners of the property. And your intent is to protect you and to protect your loved ones. Sometimes we get into a needy state where we feel people don't love us enough. People don't appreciate us enough. People don't pay attention to us enough. Or I don't have enough. I need more. I'm entitled, etc. So if you need to stop that whining, baby-fied voice in your head, use the golden sword to cut that whining voice away. Use the golden sword if you've had a terrible experience, like an awful breakup or a divorce or death of a loved one, anything like that. When you feel you can't move forward in life, then use the golden sword to cut away that feeling and just allow it to dissipate. So you can use the golden sword for many, many things. So when you've cut away what you don't need or what you don't want. It can be used to cut away pain, the pain experience, the pain, the physical pain sometimes can be cut away. Depends on what's in your chart. If you have a legal issue, use the golden sword to cut away that hook that binds you to the issue. That doesn't mean that everything's going to fall on you now. It just means that the importance of that, the hook holding you onto that legal issue and binding you to it, gets cut away. The golden sword can cut away fear. It can cut away grief. It can cut away pain. It can cut away guilt, which is a big one. Sometimes we just hold guilt. We did something dumb when we were 15 and we keep replaying that, feel guilty, feel guilty, feel guilty. Just forgive yourself and ask the golden sword, mentally ask the golden sword to cut it away. Cut away heartache. Use the golden sword to cut away poor self-image. Cut away prejudice. Okay. I just hung up on one of my friends. I don't know how to change that so I don't get phone calls when I'm online like that. Okay. Anyway, if you know that, send me a message. So if you don't believe in the golden sword, that's okay. But you might just want to try it out, experiment and see what happens. Experiment cutting through some darkness. What could it hurt? It may help you feel better. It may help your life be easier. So consider the golden sword. I like to think of it always with me. I know sometimes I think of it like the cross from the top of my head to the tips of my toes, but more often I think of it like that Bruce Willis movie where he had a sword or some kind of tool that he taped behind his back. So I think of it as like, okay, I need my golden sword. I'm going to grab my golden sword and spin it around myself or whatever I'm going to use it for. Hey, Barb. So the golden sword is very powerful. It comes from the Mother Goddess. What could be more powerful? And remember, you are worthy of it. The Mother Goddess, I call Asna, will gladly lend you her sword. And you have the power of that sword. And you don't have to be a goddess to have it. Hey, Carol. Okay, so the golden sword. Think of using it, try using it. Remember to plant golden swords around your home, around your property. Use it to cut away anything that is dark, anything that is negative. So when you encounter something that's negative or something that's dark, then think of cutting it away. Hey, Lori. Oh, people lost connection for a bit. Huh, I wonder if that's my phone call that came in. Anyway, you can watch the recording on YouTube or on Facebook. And thank you for joining me. And I will see you next week. Bye.